Hi there, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today is Tip Tuesday, and we have another tip for you. So what is included in an investigation contingency? If you haven't done so already, please check out our video we did on what is a contingency, because this video we're just going to be talking specifically about the investigation contingency and what it entails, not what a contingency is. So to find the information of what is included in the investigation contingency, we would go to paragraph 12 of the residential purchase agreement, and I actually took a screenshot of it and we'll have it put up here so that you can follow along and see what paragraph 12 mentions. So there's technically two parts of the investigation contingency. The first one is we're talking about the physical investigation. For example, a general home inspection. That's the first one that's mentioned in paragraph 12. The second one is a lead-based paint inspection, and that's where they test the paint on the exterior of the home and interior to see if it contains lead, because any home built prior to 1978 probably has lead in it. The third inspection mentioned is wood destroying pests and organisms, which would be termites. And then it just has a sentence that is kind of broad. It says anything specific that has to do with the land or improvements of the property. So actual physical inspection. For example, some other things I was thinking of was a roof inspection, a foundation inspection, water test, sewer lateral inspection, mold test. The second part of this investigation contingency is not for you to look at just the physical parts of the home, but also investigate things like the city report, any local restrictions. For example, if you want to Airbnb the home, but you find out that the city has an ordinance on that, the insurability of the home. That's a good one to mention because it seems like buyers tend to focus on the insurability part towards the end of the transaction, but really you should find out what the insurability of the home is while you're in your inspection contingency, because if it's in an area of a high fire hazard, there might be some difficulty in getting insurance on the home. You could also look up crime statistic, or another big one to mention that you might forget is if you're looking in a rural area, the adequacy of internet. A lot of people are working from home, and there are some areas that don't have the best internet service providers available. So if that's something important to you, that would be another thing that you could look into. So these are just some things mentioned that you could investigate for. But paragraph 12 also mentions and references the buyer's investigation advisory form, which we will link below for a free download. That way you can review some other ideas of things that you might want to investigate for. So hopefully that gives you an idea of things that you could look into if you're the buyer. Also, if you're a seller, these are things that the buyers can investigate for. Another note for the seller is that you are required to allow the buyers to investigate these things. You want to make sure that your home has working electricity, the gas is on, everything is turned on. That way when the inspectors go in to investigate the home, that will all be readily available for them, and that is also part of the contract. If you have any questions about this subject, please feel free to let us know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday.